Hi, this is Tamara at mooglyblog.com, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to make the center single crochet stitch, which is also known as the waistcoat stitch. That's a little bit of an older name for it, but you do still see it in use. Now here I have a small swatch worked up in this center single crochet, and I hope you can see how much this looks like knitting stockinette. You can see probably best down here in the yellow. There we are. That it's got the V's right on top of each other, kind of nestled a little bit. So it looks a little bit like stockinette stitch. It creates a little bit smoother fabric than you get with normal single crochet. This very pretty swatch is made with Lion Brand Yarn Landscapes. I'm using a little bit that I had left over from another project, so I don't have the whole skein to show you, but you can see the beautiful variation in color that you get with this yarn. This is the Boardwalk colorway. I'm also using my clover hook in an L. And the reason I'm using an L with a worsted weight yarn, this is a worsted Aran, is because you want to use a bigger hook than you normally would when you're making the center single crochet stitch. Because you're working down deeper into the stitch, instead of working under just those top two loops, you're going to work down inside the stitch. You want to be working with a little bit larger hook than you normally would because it makes it a little easier to get into the stitches. Now, just with an L, which isn't terribly big for this yarn, it actually recommends using a K. So this is just one size bigger. If I wanted a really drapey fabric, I'd want to go up several more sizes. As it is with the L, I've got a very thick, squishy, sort of plush fabric happening here. You can see it's also starting to curl a little bit, which happens when you're working tightly. So if I wanted to work a very thick fabric with this, I'd probably want to steam it or block it out. So let's get to it. Let's show how it's done here. I'm going to go ahead, and now this is in rows, so I'm turning back and forth. What I want to look for from this side, either side, they're on the same on both sides, so there's no right side, wrong side. But after I've turned, what I want to look for is actually the upside down V. You can see that right here. There's one. Looks like a little V upside down. That's the back side of a single crochet stitch. And rather than working up here under these top two loops, I'm going to put my hook in right between the legs of that single crochet all the way down here under this loop, all the way right in there. So it can help too, besides using a bigger hook, if you use a slightly pointed hook. But this one is big enough. I just give it a little push right on through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and finish it over just like I normally would. There we are. You can see I'm right between those two. When I flip it over, without twisting the loop here, there we go, you can see it's lined up, the V of it is lined up with the one below it. So that means I did it in the right place, and that's a great way to check. You can just kind of, as you're playing with this, whenever you're learning a new swatch, it's a good or a new stitch, it's a good idea to make a little swatch. So when you're playing with it, you can flip it back and forth and make sure it's coming out in the right spot. So let's make another one. Let me turn down that corner out of the way here. There we go. All right, so we look for the next upside down V right there. Insert our hook right in that space. Just kind of have to wiggle it a little bit to get it through the fabric. Yarn over. Pull up our loop, yarn over, and finish off the stitch. Let's do another one. Right between those legs, insert the hook rather, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. There we go. Let's do one more. Look for that there. Go in, and finish the single crochet just as normal. And that is really all there is to the center single crochet. You can see on the other side, the V's are lining up a little bit. There we go. So if I were going in the round in order to continue this, I would be working right there between the upright V because I wouldn't have flipped it over. This is the front of the single crochet, so I would work right through there. But I would need to make sure that I was coming out in the right spot between these two and under that bar right there that you can see. So before we finish up, let's do one more center single crochet, aka the waistcoat stitch, right between those two legs right there. Insert our hook, just kind of wiggle it a little bit if needed, get it all the way through, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. And that's all there is to making the center single crochet, aka the waistcoat stitch. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and thanks so much for watching.